right here, I wanted to show you how we can go ahead about getting some research done early here, specifically in the 6 a.m. hour. Maybe I should come up with a nickname for myself, the early breakfast DFS researcher. So this is a very early slate only. There are 3 slates you could actually get into today, and this is at 12:10. So I wanted to just do the early one. It's interesting. You have top-heavy pitchers with Verlander, Syndergaard, Minor, and then you have very bad pitchers. So you can take advantage of these matchups. Being early in the morning, of course, you have to make adjustments with specifically weather and lineup changes. The Dodgers here have a good matchup, of course, with Barria, as he will only give you 4 innings. So you're getting into the Angels bullpen, and specifically until that happens, at least, which it was probably not going to be half the ball game. The Dodgers have a definite advantage with righties. So if you want to look at that and see about that, well, let's do some research here. What you do is you go to the bullpen, so the pen rank, and try to find the team that you're trying to attack. The Angels, you got to go way over here because DFS Army has not switched over yet, updated the research station or the RS. This is not up to date, but however, it still gives you a ranking, which is fine for bullpens. So we're looking for the Angels. Here they are down here. So since they're towards the top, they don't have a very good, obviously, bullpen. And we can look at some specific numbers, which I do daily really right now, which are, going to scroll back over because it's quite a lot of info, which is all useful. Yes, the bullpen, specifically since yesterday was Pena. Once he was out of there, you had a Sierra of only 4, and then a home run per 9, 1.28. All numbers in the red. Hard contact and a fly ball rate, good for the batters as well. So, unfortunately, this was a matchup I didn't happen to see or pick up on yesterday. Well, I did see it, but I didn't use those players, regrettably, in my lineup. So, if you do go over here, if you notice here, yesterday as well, this is a master spreadsheet that you can also obtain through the same site membership, DFS Army. It's about $35 a month. And then the Dodgers righties, since they're playing a righty as well, they could be specifically in the same lineup again. It could be very well Turner batting third, who's done well. An ISO especially of 200. Then looking down in the lineup, you want to get guys close together. So maybe if this happens again, look at the Dodgers back end of the lineup. However, remember this is likely to be a bullpen game, so all these guys are really in play. All right, so don't worry too much about that. It's just simply in the first 4 innings, this is what you'll get. Righties having an opportunity. Especially Pollock here, really good play. 476 ISO past 15 days, I believe. Is it 15 days? You work your way up here, you'll see that these are working with recency. The main research station has you the total of last year and this year's stats. These are the last 21 days. So the last 21 days, as these guys have been into lineups, for example, with the Dodgers, we got to scroll back down again, but this is what the results have been. Pollock, very good. Turner, decent. Martin and the other guy, not so much. That was a pitcher. So, okay. Then you can also look at things like really interesting things here. All pitching stats from the last 30 days. So, any normal optimizer or, I guess, lineup, optimizer will give you a season's worth or even 2 seasons, as I noticed with this particular one over here. Also recommended to get, does so with the past For example, here with Fed for Washington, also only going to be a 4 inning pitcher, giving you the last 3 year average. So this year, 2018, 2017 at least there. So it's giving you a larger sample size, which is good. So you can use it to look at to compare. But if the player is making progress recently, this is the place to look. So you get pitcher stats, grades, all kind of things, opposing lineup projected stats, the general game info, and I believe you can get a K score. K score includes the matchup, how much the team strikes out that the pitcher is opposing. You know, your basic pitcher stats, Sierra, which is very important, and also important the xwOBA and ISO. This is also a little bit hard to find. The xwOBA is the expected. X for expected wOBA, or on base percentage. So very good. You also get park factors, the best parks to play in. You also get a stack helper. If you are questioning which guys you want to stack, which teams, here's some guys to attack and their teams and some stats over here. xwOBA once again, and ISO represented there. So this is excellent. Take a look over these. I'm going to provide you another team stack here, of course, since we already mentioned it. Colorado, looking at righties to attack. And then we get into the pen after the 4 innings. Same thing here, even with Baltimore. Cheaply, probably low owned, perhaps stack. Also with righties. Love getting righties on the road, as I see they might get an extra inning sometimes. So these are really good matchups. Colorado and Baltimore, the righties playing versus Colorado's playing a righty, and Baltimore is also playing a righty. So you got to pay attention to this stuff when you look at your potential lineups. So let's find Baltimore, and here's Colorado. Yesterday they were playing a righty, Strasburg. We could have a very similar lineup here. The righties looking like Story, Arenado, and then you skip over one. So every other batter is a righty. You could possibly stack that all the way down the top or the bottom of the order, or all 4 of them if you want, all through the order. Interestingly, you could stack Colorado on the early slate. Okay, so that's very interesting. Then you can go to Baltimore if you want to save there and pay up for one of the ace pitchers such as Verlander. Fit him in there. Get yourself some Baltimore bats, righties. You got Mancini. Then you got to skip to 5th in the order. You got Nunez, and then you got a switch hitter that'll work, Santander, and then you got all through the order again. Once again, all through the order. Baltimore also yesterday played a righty. They played another righty today, so you look to see the same or similar matchup lineup that is for Baltimore. So interesting stuff going on, even in just the early slate only. So look at and research this stuff here with all these stats here, such as your ISOs last 30 days. Includes a DFS grade. That doesn't mean they're points obviously, but they're graded out, including price and ownership, to see how they grade out on the slate for today. As you can play some very unique and different guys throughout your lineups. Also look at K percentage and xwOBA and all this good stuff. Carnage rating down below here, where you see Dylan Bundy, for example, had a 5.96. So undoubtedly Arizona was supposed to get more runs. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, so I lost those. But that happens some nights, as you won't win them all. All right, so take care now and win some of your cash and tournament plays for tonight.